Hello guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's Math Time Questions and Answers. Today's question is given to us by one of our subscribers, and it talks about complex numbers. It says that given that 4 minus 3i on 2 minus I times z minus 1 plus 3i is equals to 1 minus 2i. Express the complex number z in the form a plus bi, where a and b are real constants. So to solve these problems, or to handle problems like this, is simply to simplify and simplify and simplify. We make z the subject and we keep on simplifying until we have the desired output. So for us to begin, we know that the complex number that has been given to us is 4 minus 3i on 2 minus I times z minus 1 plus 3i equals to 1 minus 2i. So the first thing we'll do here is to get rid of the fraction in the with the part containing z. So we'll multiply each term by 2 minus I so that we'll eliminate the fraction. To multiply, when we multiply this, we are going to have 4 minus 3i divided by 2 minus I times z times 2 minus I minus 1 plus 3i times 2 minus I is equals to 1 minus 2i times 2 minus I. You know, whatever you do to the right hand side of an equation, we must do same to the left hand side so that the equation will remain balanced. So in this case, our 2 minus I would get rid of 2 minus I and will be left with 4 minus 3i times z minus 1 plus 3i times 2 minus I equal to 1 minus 2i times 2 minus I. So what we need to do here is simply to open up the brackets. If we open up the brackets, I won't open up the bracket for 4 minus 3i because we want to make z the subject of the formula. So at one point in time, we'll just divide both sides by 4 minus 3i. So we'll open every other bracket except that one. So let's open up the bracket. We are going to have this. How are we opening up? 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times minus I is minus 1i. 3 times 2 is 6i. 3 times 1 is minus 3i squared. 1 times 2 is 1. 1 times minus I is minus I. Minus 2i times 2 is minus 4i. Minus times minus is positive. 2 times 1 is 2. I times I is I squared. But remember that in complex number, we say that the square of I is equals to minus 1. So whenever we square I, we are going to have minus 1. So we replace everywhere we see I squared, we'll replace it by minus 1. So we are going to have 4 minus 3i times z minus 2 minus I plus 6i minus 3 into minus 1 because we had I squared here is equals to 2 minus I minus 4i plus 2 into I squared, which is minus 1. So if we have minus 3 times minus 1 is plus 3. 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. So we'll replace that by those values. So we are going to have 4 minus 3i into z minus 2 minus I plus 6i plus 3 is equals to 2 minus I minus 4i minus 2. So to simplify, we'll have 2 minus 2 here on the right hand side will be 0, and minus I minus 4i will be minus 5i. In this bracket here, we are going to have 2 plus 3 is 5, and minus 1 plus 6 is 5i. So we are going to have that. Now if we open up the bracket for this 5 plus 5i, we know that this minus will affect everything in the bracket, so the signs will change from positive to negative, and we are going to have 4 minus 3i minus 5 minus 5i is equals to minus 5i. So in this case, we'll take minus 5 minus 5i to the other side of the equation because we are looking for z. So we are going to have 4 minus 3i times z is equals to minus 5i plus 5 minus 5i, right? Because minus 5 is going to the other side, its sign changes. Minus 5i is going to the other side, it becomes positive. So in this case, we are going to simplify this to have minus 5i plus 5i is 0, so we'll be left with 5. So we are going to have z times 4 times 4 minus 3i is equals to 5. So we'll divide both sides by 4 minus 3i to give us z. So we'll divide this side by 4 minus 3i and we'll divide the other side by 4 minus 3i. So 4 minus 3i takes care of 4 minus 3i. We are going to have z equals to 5 divided by 4 minus 3i. But remember, we are looking for z in terms of a plus bi. So we can simplify this by first of all multiplying both the numerator and the denominator of z by the conjugate of the denominator. The conjugate of a set is simply gotten by changing the sign between the real and the imaginary parts. What do we mean? The real part in this denominator is 4 and the imaginary part is minus 3i. So to get the conjugate of this denominator, we are going to have changed the sign of the imaginary part. So we are going to have 4 plus 3i, and we are going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of this denominator. So we are going to have z is equals to 5 divided by 4 minus 3i times 4 plus 3i divided by 4 plus 3i. If we do this, nothing has changed because 4 plus 3i can cancel 4 plus 3i. Nothing has really changed. But we just want to really modify the structure of z so that it will look very well similar to a plus bi. So to do this, we simply open up the bracket. 5 times 4 is 20 and 5 times 3i is 15i. And the denominator too, we can open it up. We'll have 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 3i is 12i, minus 3i times 4i is minus 12i, and minus 3 times 3 is minus 9. I times I is I squared. Again, remember we said that I squared is minus 1. So we are going to have z is equals to 20 plus 15i divided by 16 plus minus 9 minus 1 for I squared, because 12i minus 12i is 0, so they are gone. So we are going to have minus 9 times minus 1 is plus 9. So we are going to have 20 plus 15i divided by 16 plus 9, and 16 plus 9 is nothing else but 25. So we are going to have z is equals to 20 plus 5i divided by 25. So to do this, we can divide both the real part and the imaginary part by 25 because the common denominator is 25. So we can have z to be equals to 20 on 25 plus 15i on 25. And if we do this, 5 will go into 24 times, into 25 5 times, and 5 will go into 15 3 times, and into 25 5 times. So we are going to end up with z equals to 4 on 5 plus 3i on 5. So we see that we have it in the form a plus bi, where a is 4 on 5 and b is 3 on 5. So guys, if you have any question, don't hesitate. As this guy did, send your questions. I will make videos on them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos. Don't also forget to leave questions on the comment section. Remain blessed and stay with us for next videos. Bye bye.